5 days of summer, 6 young men and their coach decided to take time to learn about the sport they love and the lives they lead. Life Skills Baseball Camp, 2008. Each morning, we practice the ancient art of yoga to clear our minds and discipline our bodies.
I always thought yoga was for women until Coach Mercer pulled out a giant poster that said yoga for men. Later, I learned that many athletes practice yoga for flexibility and to strengthen the mind as well as the body. At the Life Skills Camp, we practice yoga every morning for 30 minutes, and it was a great way to start off the day.
Yoga gave us the opportunity to focus on the tasks and challenges of the day through meditation while engaging our bodies in physical activity. At first, we were all skeptical of yoga. However, after seeing results and improvement in our game after participating in it, we all became true believers and enthusiasts in the art of yoga. After this activity, we participated in visualization activities, which helped us see certain baseball scenarios and better prepare ourselves when actually experiencing them.
What I learned from the camp was how to be a great leader. I feel great leadership is when you discipline yourself when absent from orders. That means when no one is around, you should still push yourself to complete exercises or tasks. Another way I see leadership is taking responsible acts within the household, whether it's cleaning your room to taking care of children. I still think being responsible within your household makes you a great leader.
During the camp, we had some time to ourselves, so we took it upon ourselves to go over some new drills that would help us out on the field. If we messed up, we gave ourselves consequences to teach us not to mess up and to keep our eye on the ball. During the Life Skill Camp at RBI, we watched a film about a baseball player named Roberto Clemente. I learned a lot from watching his life and what he went through. He went through a hard time from when he left Puerto Rico to play baseball in America, and he didn't speak much English. But he didn't let all of the problems that he went through in his life bring him down. Instead, he just kept moving forward.
I feel that since I'm a young black baseball player, I must apply myself a lot harder to fit in a predominant white and Hispanic atmosphere. And the way I respond to that challenge is commit a lot of my time to training and accept the criticism.
I hear her talk a lot of racism there from what she tells me. One situation where they went to a large gathering, there was food and all that to celebrate something. And it was her and her two people that she worked with, they were the only black women there. So somebody came up to those specifically, those black women said the food was great, as if they cooked it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, I hear stuff like that all the time, like, you know, I learn from it, and I see that those type of comments are just ignorant. People that say are just ignorant. Not to say they're stupid, but just sometimes just the way that they are raised. And I have to realize that some of these people are ignorant, not stupid, but just ignorant. They don't know any better. Therefore, these comments should not be entertained. Because, you know, it just leads to more trouble and more misunderstandings between us. A leader is a good communicator who speaks clearly, makes direct eye contact, and only uses slang when appropriate. A good communicator never points the finger at anybody. When apologizing, a good communicator says, "I'm sorry," and to show sincerity instead of "I'm sorry, but." But most of all, a good communicator is a good listener and takes time to understand his followers.
But she was always complaining, got to attack, she was loud.
Social responsibility in a nutshell was identifying a need and filling it. We learned that with great knowledge comes with even greater responsibility. We became familiar with the term servant warrior, which describes a person who battles through adversity and sacrifices their energy towards a cause in their community. sports to me teaches brotherhood and fraternity, teaches you to reach out to other people whenever you need that extra boost or that help or whatever. And for me personally, sports, I can pretty much say it saved my life. You know what I'm saying? It kept me off the streets for a long time, and it kept me out of trouble, and potentially being in jail or dead, considering what type of stuff I used to be into. So yeah, that's what sports did for me.
Critical thinking was broken down to us in 3 steps. First, clarify by finding out the situation or what you're dealing with. Next, evaluate by gathering multiple views or think about the end results. Finally, decide. Make your choice in how you want to solve the problem.
On the last day of the life skills camp, my teammates and I brainstormed some ways we could improve our baseball team for the new year. We talked about ways to raise money for a new batting cage and ways to improve the field. Another thing we talked about was ways to improve our skills on the baseball field, such as drills we should do daily.
Alright, so we got anything else with equipment-wise? We need to buy a net for the batting cage, or do we already have a net?
I need a new net.
Yeah, wait a net.
Do we have a net? That's my question.
Yeah,
It's in the little shed.
So what's the only reason it's not up is because the thing's bad.
So-called, it's not sturdy.
Do we have
Them posts is pretty sturdy.
Do we have some sort of ladder
Yeah.
to fix it or something?
Yeah, they got ladders.
Well, then bam, there we go. You know,
Okay.
fix that jump.
there's that ladder somewhere. Cause Phil was the one who always did
We
it.
got an L screen.
Good. Alright.
We have an L screen.
And I say, I think I want to make a goal for the team, a long-term goal.
Should I put that on here? Should we all write that down?
Put us up there for a long-term goal for the team.
I'm glad you're on the red.
I'm gonna be gone.
Hold on.
Brandon might even be well. If we keep this mentality for the team, I think we should raise some money to get a scoreboard.
Word.
You think?
Hey, that's nice. Like honestly, it's gonna take some time.
It's gonna
But
take
That's a long time goal. We raise.
Have some orders.
I would say the #1 priority, because Coach said, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna be playing, you don't want to feel like you're in danger. I said take care of the field first.
Yeah.
At least the end, because I don't want nobody to be scared just to play. Not to be
You
scared.
gotta get the money in order to
I know that. I mean, I know.
yeah,
I know
All right,
people-
so
I
get
know- I
money.
know
Get
people-
money. Get
money. That's why I just ingrained with
So first we need to raise money.
raise money. #1.
All right, man, that's #1. So, how do we propose to raise money?
Raise money. Alright, fundraisers, they seem not to work, but they get money in. Car washes, they work. I know people at my church who wouldn't mind donating. My mama knows some people at her job. I mean, all you gotta do is go around and talk to the people at your church, in your community, and talk to your mama's people. And I'm sure your mama
So to
knows
say
some
everything
people.
you just said, network.
Pretty much.
All right, networking. So,
Alright, so-
what can we do ourselves?
What can we do
We
ourselves?
can advertise.
We can make some flyers, like maybe put them up. I'm not sure about that. I don't think they ever work, but maybe go around.
I mean, you got anything: fish fries, bake sale, car
Right,
wash,
Cook out,
cook
black
out, all
examples.
that.
You know, we love food, so.
Right examples, man.
Okay.
I just bring that up, man.
Because
I think-
I'm talking about everybody in general.
I think-
Who would pass up food? I mean, think about it.
I think a
I know
car wash.
Coach even love food. You love food, don't you?
I think car wash y'all too. I mean, look, you know what I'm saying? Free up your Saturdays, you know what I'm saying, ahead of time. Do a car wash, you know what I'm
True
saying?
that. And make sure people know
Every
about it. Talk
Saturday
about
or
it.
every
Text some
other
people. I don't
Saturday.
care.
Look, you ready? Here we go. Car wash, cookout, and hit-a-thon at the same time. Car wash in the back of the building.
Car wash.
Cookout right there on the football field.
Bro, we don't
So
got
that mean we're gonna start this when school starts?
I mean, we should. Honestly,
then
if we
hit
start
a
when
time
school
right there
starts,
on the
we
field.
have enough money to be straight by the time baseball season starts.
Yeah. So we got a new principal. So
They gotta be there for
we
like
gotta talk
15
to the
years to
principal,
get
too.
I know how to get like interest and stuff.
If we talk to the principal and tell her all of these ideas, she'll probably think we're serious.
Yeah, if we talk to the new principal, yeah.
As a part of Life Skills Camp, we were taught how to handle relationships with our significant others. We learned how important it was to know when to be close and when to have space. Most importantly, we learned that communication was a key in any relationship.
Now that right there was just like phases, right? Take turns talking about what is important to you, what isn't, and even you can even trip a little bit on a relationship you've had in the past. Like talk a little bit about that, what it is. The more you talk about it, think about it, the more you're likely to have a successful relationship later. So
I learned that communication is very important. Like when we used to get in arguments, we just give each other time. And I think it'll be more effective if we just talked about it.
Sit here like, look, I'm really trying to make this work out, and we ain't doing nothing towards a solution. So why not just talk about it? And you know, like I said, communication is a big key in a relationship.
so that's a good one, like accepting where people are at. And, you know, you can only change yourself. You can't really change your partner. You can inspire the person to change, but I don't know about that.
Situation happened to me when I was talking to a young female, and we sort of stopped talking to each other because now we didn't communicate, but what we heard everybody else saying. Like everybody else was like, "Oh, y'all broke up. Y'all don't talk to each other no more," and stuff like that. So when I finally probably like a couple weeks after that, probably talked to her, she was like, "Well, I don't feel like that." And I was like, "Well, you didn't tell me that, and I didn't tell her nothing."
So you guys were hearing it from other people.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're the girlfriends thing, talking about each other, like when it has nothing to do.
Is be a man and a leader of your family. The 2008 Life Skills Camp taught us more about life than baseball. We learned leadership skills, communication skills, and even practice yoga. Coach Mercer has introduced so much to the TJ Vikings, and the Life Skills Camp is a great example of the positive influence he has introduced us.
All in all, this camp taught us skills that we use on the baseball field, like good leadership skills, personal and social responsibilities. However, this camp also taught us how to incorporate these skills in everyday life to better ourselves as men.
you.